Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a hard, completely unvarnished look at what it actually takes to build a wildly successful faceless channel right from scratch. We're going to break down a brutal, complete 365-day experiment by a creator who documented every single raw detail, every strategy, and, yeah, every massive failure of launching a brand new channel. We're skipping all that get-rich-quick fluff you see everywhere and diving straight into the real data and the psychology behind the screen. Let's get right into it.
14 million views. Let that sink in for a second. That is the massive, jaw-dropping result of this one-year experiment. Now, you know as well as I do, a lot of gurus out there will sell you this dream that a faceless channel is basically just passive income, right? Like you just slap together some stock footage, hit upload, and the views magically roll in. Nope. To generate 14 million views in a single year, that requires an intense understanding of audience psychology, keeping up with algorithm demands, and honestly just sheer resilience.
And those 14 million views, they translated into 275,000 subscribers gained in just 365 days. To give you some context here, the creator's original goal was literally just to get monetized within 6 months. Instead, they completely smashed that and hit the silver play button in 8 months. It's an undeniable, massive success, but how did they actually pull it off? Well, you're going to see that the journey to 250,000 subscribers is incredibly dark, totally exhausting, and just filled with harsh realities.
So, here is our roadmap for today. First, the 365-day reality check. Then, finding the perfect niche, followed by the dark side of growth. We'll also cover the rules for faceless channels, the truth about the money, and finally, the 365-day YouTube challenge.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the 365-day reality check. Expectation versus reality.
You know, the absolute biggest illusion sold to new creators is that success happens overnight. Think about the agonizing reality of compounding consistency. Day 1, 0 views. Literally 0. In fact, for the first 3 days, the only views came from the creator constantly refreshing the video on different devices, just trying to trigger the algorithm. Fast forward 45 days of uploading, and the video still couldn't even crack 100 views. By month 3, despite pouring blood, sweat, and tears into meticulously edited, high-quality content every single week, the channel was sitting at a microscopic 173 subscribers. Meanwhile, you've got competitors making videos on the exact same topics pulling in thousands of views instantly. This right here, this is the exact point where 90% of people just throw in the towel. They blame the algorithm, say their channel's dead, and quit. But this creator pushed through the pain, and by month 8, boom, it exploded to 100,000 subscribers. Moving on to Section 2, finding the perfect niche, the 15-day prep.
Okay, so long before that first video was ever uploaded, the creator had to lay down some serious groundwork. Finding the perfect, sustainable niche requires 3 overlapping circles. Step 1 is your interest. You absolutely have to like the topic, or you are going to burn out fast. But step 2 is the market need. You've got to look at what the audience actually doesn't know, rather than just what you feel like teaching them. And then there's step 3, monetization potential. Look, without a clear path to generating revenue, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. The creator actually spent 7 full days purely researching market gaps and CPM rates before making a single decision.
So the crucial point is what happened right after that. After locking in the niche, the creator looked at the top competitors and realized, whoa, their editing is top tier. And panic completely set in. For 7 whole days, the creator fell into this massive editing paralysis, obsessively trying to learn advanced techniques just to compete with these industry giants on day 1. It was a total mental war with people who already had years of experience. Then they saw a simple 3-word quote, "Just do it." And man, it instantly cured the paralysis. You cannot compete with the giants without actually stepping into the ring first. You just have to start uploading and improve as you go. That is a vital lesson if you're stuck in the planning phase right now. Which brings us to Section 3, the dark side of growth, escaping the dead end.
So once that initial traction finally hits, a whole new set of problems pops up. Early on, the channel's unique selling proposition was providing purely transparent, honest information. And honestly, that worked, right up until about 50,000 subscribers. Then, total stagnation. The creator realized a really harsh truth. Pure information just isn't enough anymore. The algorithm and honestly the audience, they demand infotainment, information wrapped in high-level entertainment. And because there was no physical face to entertain the audience, the only lever left to pull was insanely advanced editing. This shift required a brutal sacrifice. We're talking sleepless nights, constant overworking, and the creator literally falling sick every single month just trying to meet the production demands. The physical toll of keeping a faceless audience hooked, it is immense.
But the mental toll is honestly even worse, especially when you discover how the audience actually operates. Consider this incredibly stark comparison. The creator uploaded a highly researched 47-minute pure information video. It took a grueling 52 days to reach 1 million views. Shortly after that, they decided to test the waters with a negatively titled, slightly controversial video purely as an experiment to see what would happen. Guess what? It hit 100,000 views in a single day. But the comment section was an absolute dumpster fire of hate, abuse, and negativity, even though the actual information in the video was totally accurate. It exposes a really tough moral dilemma, right? Do you farm negative engagement for viral, explosive growth, or do you stay balanced and grow much slower? The creator ended up choosing the slower route, but the lesson was crystal clear. Social media absolutely thrives on negativity.
Now for Section 4, Rules for Faceless Channels, the 100K Hurdles.
Reaching these massive numbers without ever showing your face? It requires a very specific playbook to overcome 5 core psychological hurdles. Problem 1 is figuring out how to build a brand without a face. Problem 2 is constantly evolving your unique selling proposition, kind of like we just discussed, shifting from pure info to unique editing styles as you scale. Problem 3 is gaining audience trust when they can't even look you in the eye. Problem 4 is maintaining consistency, which is just brutal when you are a one-person production team. And finally, problem 5 is building a community. That is inherently way harder for faceless channels compared to personality-driven ones.
So how do you actually solve that huge trust issue? Well, the creator used a completely brilliant workaround. They built interactive Q&A playlists. At the end of every single video, they'd ask a specific question they knew the audience was actively struggling with. Viewers would flood the comments with their problems, and then the creator would reliably make dedicated videos solving those exact issues. It created this incredibly powerful communication loop. Even without a face, the audience felt heard, they felt valued, and they felt understood. And that is exactly how you slowly build deep, deep loyalty.
All right, let's get into Section 5, the truth about the money, the financial reality check.
It is time to pull back the curtain on the one thing absolutely everyone wants to know about. $500. I know, that is shockingly low. Remember those grueling first 6 months we talked about? The endless editing, the sleepless nights, getting sick every single month? All of that immense, bone-crushing effort yielded a grand total of just $500 in ad revenue. That is literally it. The initial financial reward for starting a faceless channel is, more often than not, practically non-existent.
And it actually gets worse when you dig into the mechanics of YouTube ad rates. Think about this devastating CPM discrepancy. The creator found a foreign channel in their exact same niche that was making about $8.50 per 1,000 views. But because our creator's channel was in Hindi, targeting a totally different demographic, their CPM was a measly 53 cents. Just let that sink in. This simple geographical and language difference cost the creator $5,000 in actual realized losses and an estimated $85,000 in missed potential over the course of the year. It's wild.
Now, because ad revenue can be that poor, sponsorships are really where the real money is made. Over the year, the creator earned 7 lakh Indian rupees, which is very substantial, entirely through brand deals. But there's a crazy double standard here that the creator pointed out. They actively turned down high-paying promotions for shady gambling and betting apps just to protect their audience. See, if a faceless channel promotes something bad, the backlash and the hatred are absolute, and they are permanent. Yet you see massive influencers with their faces on camera routinely promoting those exact same harmful apps, and they get almost zero accountability from their audience. As a faceless creator, your audience's trust is literally your only lifeline. You have to protect it fiercely. Which leads us to our final section, Section 6, the 365-day YouTube challenge. Your turn. We've seen the raw data, the insane struggles, and the strategies that actually work. Now, the creator of this 14 million view channel has laid out a direct challenge to you. You've got to ask yourself, are you truly willing to embrace the 365-day grind without giving up? Are you fully prepared to upload videos that get exactly 0 views for weeks on end? Are you ready to endure the mental friction, to constantly evolve your USP, and to slowly, painfully, build trust, knowing full well that the financial payoff might be months or even years away? If your answer is yes, here's the exact roadmap to join the creator's verified community of hustlers. First, just create your channel and stop overthinking it. Second,
Prove your consistency by actually uploading 10 videos. Don't just talk about it, do the work. And third, tag the hashtag 365 YouTube challenge to get reviewed and potentially added to a community where creators actively help each other scale. The blueprint is right here. The harsh reality has been exposed, and the illusion of overnight success is completely shattered. So the only question left for you is this: will tomorrow be day one, or is it just going to be another one day?